All right, guys, so it's tier list time. Everybody's been waiting. Everybody's been bugging me. Every time I stream, everybody's all over me. And they're like, hey, Seka, put up the tier list. Why is there no tier list? Where's the tier list? And you know what happened? We just came out with Jinbei Legend, and I was like, I got to rework this tier list. And I started reworking it all month, and I was trying to figure out what to do. So we're going to go over it a little bit differently. And today, guys, what we're going to be going over is some of the changes in the tier list. And I'm going to go over why a lot of characters are moving down and some characters are remaining the same. So first off, of course, all ratings in this tier list are based on the special ability, captain ability, sailor abilities are taken into consideration, captain ability, captain usefulness, survivability, safety, speed, stats, all that stuff. All of that is taken into consideration, okay? Now, when you're taking all of that into consideration, there's a lot of different things about each character that are really, really, really good. And a lot of things that are really, really strong. But there's another category that I'm adding in the mix. And that in the mix, what I'm going to be adding is the ability to get around mechanics. And that boosts characters a lot. So like Luffy Ace's ability to get around any despair. Super useful. Then we got Big Mom, gets around any paralysis or bind on her character, goes through barriers, etc. All that stuff. All that stuff is extremely, extremely useful. And those are the things that really boost a character up and make them really, really strong. So damage is one factor to a unit, and the other factor to a unit that is really, really important to have is going to be all the other things that come along with it, like all the utility that comes along with that captain ability, etc. The beneficial orb enables, all of that. And those are a big factor when considering how good a legend is as a captain. And then when you consider those legends as specials, you know, just as a sub, those things come into consideration too. Like, for example, version 2 Gear 4, extremely good unit, but I never freaking use him because they counter him all the time and it's just hard to use in content. There's no type advantage right now. But I use Nami all the fucking time for like every team I can. Almost non-conditional orb boost and type boost. Orb boost and color affinity is really strong and extremely useful. So I use her a lot, and that usefulness makes her way, way more good in my book. But in a tier list, my ability to use her is not going to be affected by how good the unit is. So we're going to go over those things and make sure that we go over them specifically. So the ratings right now are going to be up to date with everything that I've experienced over the last like 6 months, 2 years playing One Piece Treasure Cruise, and what I know about these characters. There's only going to be 6 tiers, of course, and then the God Usopp tier is going to be a little bit different than before. Of course, it's units that are so broken they bypass mechanics, allow you to do whatever you want, and they're going to be broken for like a year. They're going to be broken for a very long time. And this is from the first time they've been put into God Usopp tier, not like from the point of right now for a year, right? God tier units are incredibly strong units. They bypass mechanics. They have really strong captain abilities, really strong special abilities, etc. And their teams have high attack, and they're just so strong that you really want to use them for a lot of sets of content. These are the units that are top tier legends. They're definitely in the top 10 of the game, just not in the top like 2 or 3, you know, just at the moment. And then there's super tier units, and these units are incredibly strong captains or incredibly strong subs, and you always want to use these characters because they're so good. But these units don't really have enough bypass mechanics or have no bypass mechanics at all, and they're starting to get outdated, or their damage is not sufficient for content, etc. There's a lot of problems with these units that they do have, but they're still incredibly good. Then we got useful tier units, legends that are going to beat a lot of the content in the game. They're just not going to be end game content. Like they're going to have some trouble, right? And then there's like those units you use like in your Fortnite teams. Use them for random content. You still use them all the time. They're just not like top tier, you know. And you know it. You play with them. You have fun with them. But you know they're not the best unit in the game. Then we got niche units that are extremely useful in specific content, but like you don't use them ever past that. Like Buggy. Niche unit, you use that unit all the time, right? But you only use it to farm the easiest possible content. Inarashi, when you really need to get your HP super low so that you can, use another ability. Or if you need tap timing because everybody in your team is, fucked up. There's some things that are needed, And the trash units you never use. They're so bad. I mean, I don't know if Whitebeard deserves to be in the trash tier because he is a 30% HP cutter. I don't know. But compared to every other legend, I can put him there for now. Because Whitebeard Marco shits all over him, and you just can't even, compare him. Okay, so starting off, let's go ahead and go over the strength units. So first in the list, of course, you probably already saw them already, but Big Mom in the God Usopp tier, Luffy Ace in the God tier, and then we got Lucy in category moving down to the super tier. And the reason they're moving down is because I'm changing, again, the way the tier list works. Everybody's moving down, okay? A lot of people are moving down so that we can keep the newer legends at the top, the good units at the top, and make sure that everybody stays categorized a little bit better. Then we got Croc in the useful tier. I mean, he was in the super tier, I believe, and then we're keeping Akainu and Lucci in the useful tier. We got Inarashi in the niche tier, and then Whitebeard, Barto, and Long Luffy in the trash tier. Main reasoning behind Big Mom. If you don't know why Big Mom is better than Lucy, once you've played Big Mom and understood her penetration mechanics and all the fucking things around her, she's insane. Luffy Ace, people will fight tooth and nail for Luffy Ace every day of the week, especially because it's Luffy Ace. I mean, you gotta. I mean, Free Spirit's still really good. I don't know if they're the best, but they're still really good. We're gonna have to see. I took out the best classes in order. I think I'll go over best classes in order, like in this as well. All right, now we're gonna go into the quick tier. V2 Gear 4 Luffy in the God Usopp tier. The biggest thing about V2 Gear 4 Luffy is I really actually want to move him down to the God tier. I'm this close. I am this close to moving him down. Main reason I'm moving him down because I can clear just as much content with 6+ NL as I can with V2 Gear 4 Luffy. I just don't see the use of having V2 Gear 4 Luffy, and then Franky comes out, and you're like, yeah. So the thing is, V2 Gear 4 Luffy is a super good unit, right? Extremely strong, lots of potential. You can run anything on him in the world. But he's kind of getting countered a little bit in content. He's getting kind of annoying to use. You could always get the captain action up and stuff, but like I never get to use him. That's my thing. And I feel like when I play him, I feel like I'm playing version 1 Gear 4 Luffy from the year before. I'm not feeling the power of VT Gear 4 Luffy until I use my special, and I really don't dig that. I don't like being super weak for like the first part of the content, and then finally getting my captain action up after a longer set of content, which rarely happens, and then being able to burst. I don't think that. I don't like that at all. He's really good, but it's starting to piss me off. Luffy Ace, still really strong. The ability to get orbs and get rid of despair paralysis on your captain is super good. 6+ NL, moving up to the God tier. And you can fight me tooth and nail on this, but if you have never played the new 6+ NL, oh my fucking god! I have not heard it more in the last month. With 6+ NL, easy. Oh, with 6+ NL, easy. Like, I have not heard that more in this last month than ever. It is insane. If you have version 1 Law with 6+ NL, you bypass all of the fucking content. You just like, oh, hey, let me just like pop my V1 Law and then my NL and we're done. I even beat Invasion Sengoku with this, and it was actually like, it was a joke. Like, I did like HP cuts and then fucking NL special, and I was like, done. Okay. It was super easy. I was really surprised, and it's actually retarded how strong he is. And one of the things that was really annoying about Sengoku, by the way, that driven rollback, what the fuck, Bandai? Why driven rollback? You don't need to do that. Let V2 Dofi live. You don't need to fuck driven over anymore. You've done it for so long. Still not over it. It's really annoying. Okay, then we got 6+ Franky in the super tier. A lot of people are gonna fight me on this, like, oh, wait, he should be higher. Oh, he should be lower. He should blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things. He's gonna be in the super tier. Main reason, he has way too many fucking bugs. There are so many inconsistencies with Franky that I cannot play him if they don't fix him. If they fix him, then I can play him in more content. But they haven't fixed him yet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and watch my 6+ Franky showcase. I go over like most of the bugs and the problems with 6+ Franky and all the annoyances that you have with him. If they fix that, I'm okay. We're good. We can do this. We can play Bandai. But until then, I don't really want to touch 6+ Franky. He's fun. He's like one of my favorite characters to play, but I'd rather play NL any day of the week than Franky, because Franky takes way too long to build teams for. Then in the useful tier, we're gonna have Shiki, Tesoro, and V2 6+ Law. all of which still very useful to this day. Very, very surprising. Tesoro, I thought would like kind of fall off, but you know, that 3.25 chain lock is not really that useful. But the wave clear you use on him all the time, and then sometimes the chain lock is nice. Shiki, use him a lot in treasure mode right now. For content, you don't really use him, but like for treasure mode, you use him a lot. And his wave clear is actually really nice. That 3 million that you do is pretty fire. So if you've never used him, try him out. It's that 3 million wave clear is kind of cool. I mean, obviously Eno's much better, and that's why he's in the useful tier. But he's kind of cool. Then we got V2 6+, V2 Lucci, V2 Law, Kuzan 6+, and TS Luffy with Barto V1 V1 Dofi is kind of trash now, actually. You know. Then we got Marco at the bottom. I could probably move Marco all the way up on this. I just don't want to move him. He's fine. They're all fine where they are. No one really uses all these units a lot. And if you do have to use these, I'm sorry. I mean, these units are so outdated. Look how many units are outdated at this point. Look, they're so outdated. I didn't even like change the numbers on them. Let's go ahead and do that. I guess 8. I think 9. That's how outdated they are. I didn't even bother with these units. Wow. Then we got Boa and Cavendish are freaking trash. V1 Dofi, to be honest, at this point is kind of trash. There's so many 2x orb boosters in the game that I just can't even imagine using V1 Dofi. They need to do something. So, for the best classes in order, number 1, Free Spirit still. I mean, I can't fault Free Spirit. They're so stupid strong. Number 2 is going to be Shooter. That Capone, wow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Capone news video. Damn, that Capone is fire. Really, really good. And they have every utility you want in the game now, and they have their own like TS Nami type character, or Limit Rare Kubani, however you want to put it, because Chiffon heals too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with that. So yeah. Overall, I'm digging Chiffon, man. Chiffon is lit. So shooters are back, man. They are fucking really back. Then we got Fighter. They good. They have some problems, but they're still really, really good, right? Then it's Cerebral, Powerhouse, and I moved Driven all the fucking way back. And if you want to know why, I am tired as fuck of not being able to use V2 Dofi teams. The reason they're back, by the way, and they can instantly move back once Bandai like puts out like 1 or 2 months of content that doesn't count on Driven. It has been like 6 months or so. I don't know when the last, more than that probably. I don't know. I really don't remember the last time Driven wasn't countered. Can you guys remember? Because it's been forever. Whenever they decide to stop countering V2 Dofi, then we'll move Driven back up, right? But until then, they moving the way the fuck down. Sorry, guys. That's really the only reason. Like if you normally when they counter a legend, they counter them for like 1-2 months or so like that, and then they come back and they counter the next set of legends, and the next set of legends, and then the next set of legends, right? They do it in order. But for Driven, they just consistently counter him, and then they're like, the fuck. So Driven is all the way down. They're booty now because you can't even use them because they just get countered. It's not because they're bad. It's because Bandai said, oh, I don't like Driven. We're just gonna counter them. So I want them to move up. I really do. But I cannot, in good conscience, move them up. They are so booty right now because you can't even use them. All right, next up, we're going to be going over the green tier. We got V2 Jinbei in the God tier. If you don't know about V2 Jinbei, he's like just an upgrade of Lucy. Like really, that's all he is. He does have some bypass mechanics along with him, so I'm going to keep him in the God tier. I was really considering just putting him in the super tier to start with, but he's stronger than Lucy in a lot of ways. So I have to make some kind of distinction there. And I'm going to put him in the God tier. I mean, he might move down. I don't know. I really don't. Because he does have some requirements on like every single orb. But like the 2.25 type boost and you get 2 of them and everything. There's a lot of things that are really good about him. And there's easy ways to get those all orbs. So yeah, I'm down with V2 Jinbei, man. He's good. I just really want him. And I haven't been able to play him yet. But he's really strong. Then we got V2 Dofi, super tier. Still mad. Then we got Nami in the super tier, of course, who really, in my book, I want to put her in the God tier. I really do because I use her all the fucking time. But you have to you have to be a little impartial here and say, hey, you know what? You don't use Nami as a captain. Use her as a sub. As a sub, she's top tier, but like as a captain, she's not as well. So, I mean, you can't have a sub tier list and a captain tier list. You just gotta say, hey, overall, this legend is in the super tier. Any super tier legend is still godly. They're definitely in the top 20 in the game. So, I haven't even added up all the characters in the God and Goddess sub tier yet, so we'll see. We got Rayleigh in the useful tier. To be honest, Magellan I would use more than Rayleigh at this point. I don't remember the last time I used V2 Rayleigh. I try, but like every time I try to use V2 Rayleigh, he's not very good. Kung Fu Luffy, he's like, to be honest, on global, he's good. He's not a bad character. I just like he's super power packed by V2 Gear 4. Like anytime you would want to use him, you would want to use V2 Gear 4 instead. And he's just like a worse version. Like the damage cap that you get on him is nice, and the fact that you get damage on him is cool. Like as a sub, this Kung Fu Luffy is kind of cool, but like I don't even know in JP content when I would use this character, especially now since we have Franky. I mean, why would you even bother if you have Franky? He's even better as a sub. Like why? And the V2 Gear 4 also reduces damage anyway, so you don't even have to worry about it. So it's just fine. And then we got Capone reducing like completely. Like there's so many reasons not to use Kung Fu Luffy. So moving on off that. We got Corazon 6+. I actually kind of want to move him to super tier. To be honest, Corazon 6+ is a massive upgrade, but he's, as a captain, he's not really that legend tier, so we'll keep him where he is. He's fine. I'll live with this. This is fine. I might move him higher, might keep him there. I don't know. Brook, useful tier, totally. You use Brook, right? He's good. Now Capone's better. Then we got Blackbeard in the useful tier. Still useful to this day. Like you still do hybrid teams on him. I did a V2 Gear 4 and Blackbeard team the other day, so it's really useful. And we got 6+ Zoro in the niche tier, Usopp in the niche tier, and then we got Ace and Croc in the trash tier. Arguably, yeah. Then in the next tier, we have the side tier list. And Whitebeard Marco is a fucking legend. As a sub, like people like were coming at me telling me, oh, you're never gonna use Whitebeard Marco as a sub. And I'm like using him on NL teams all the fucking time. Using him as a captain all the time. Like he's so good. His survivability is great. His speed can be good if you want him to be. Like his damage is really, really high. The healing you on the character is really good. Surviving all the content. Like everything about Whitebeard Marco is really nice. And then your captain swap reducing paralysis and silence is so fucking sweet. Like there's so many things about Whitebeard Marco that are just so stupid good. Like I love this unit. He's amazing. V2 Sanji, God tier. Yeah, he hits really fucking hard. Like harder than anyone that I know of. The problem is that if you're fighting a lot of different enemies, he's not very good. But if you're fighting like one enemy, he's really fucking good. Yeah, but definitely very good, very strong character. V2 Aokiji super tier. You know, I might move him down to the useful tier to be honest. But you know, I can't say Garp is like that much better than V2 Aokiji. People shit all over Garp, by the way. I have no idea why. Garp is insane as a sub. Like, as a sub, Garp is on the same level as, like, Nami. Like, why do people shit on Garp so much? If you consider Garp, like, if Garp... We had a conversation on stream, and I said, if Garp was a waifu, everyone would love Garp. If Garp was, like, Shirahoshi V2, and she had the biggest chest ever, everyone would love V2 Shirahoshi. Like, think about Garp, right? He removes silence as a sub on himself, and then also gives a 3x chain lock, and then reduces silence in your crew, and HP cuts. All of that! It's even a Blackbeard style HP cut, I think, right? I don't even remember. It's an HP cut either way. So all of that together, and you're like, oh no, he sucks. He's trash. He's super trash. Oh my god, Garp is trash. Because trash is captain. He's just trash. So, yeah. What? By the way, Garp teams have the highest HP in the game. Just saying. Besides the Dex Usopp meme team, right? Besides that, the highest legitimate HP in the game, right? So, moving on. Then we got Judge, super tier. He's good. He's good as a sub still. I mean, the 2x ore boost and 7 turns of bind removal was still nice. And then as a captain, I don't really use him, but you know, he's good. Then we got Robin in the useful tier. Neko's kind of niche now, actually. I might actually move Neko way the fuck down. I didn't actually look at him. I might move Neko down to the niche tier, to be honest. Yeah, G4 Luffy I moved up because I'm using G4 Luffy a lot right now. Reason I'm using G4 Luffy is because his limit break is extremely helpful. Like for speed farming, oh my fucking god! Like a 400k turn 1. Like, you literally just pop a special and you do 400k damage to whatever you want for turn 1. It's really good. For cotton candy runs, Jesus. For, like, Fortnite runs, if you had, like, a mini-boss on turn 1, Jesus. Like G4 Luffy, actually kind of useful, man. He's on a really short cooldown now. He's 11 turns on his max special, and he's like only like 4 or 5, like 6 turns or something like that on his tier 1 special. He's really good, yeah. Like you get 250k damage just on one. Poof, done. Speed farming, super useful. I mean, if you're gonna put 6+ law in the useful tier, you gotta put fucking G4 Luffy because you're using them at the same rate at this point. They're very good. Shira's still very useful. Yeah, Neko I probably will put down. I'll do it later though. But just expect Neko to be in the niche tier, next tier list, if I remember. Because I just keep forgetting about Neko. Who cares about Neko? We got Boa Hancock V2 in the niche tier right now. Actually. Boa Hancock is trash now. Because you're never going to use her. Reason, by the way, Boa Hancock is trash now. It's because there's a Boa that's better that does exactly what she does. And it's free to play. So she booty. I'll move the characters around and stuff later. But she booty, and then we'll throw in the niche so I remember for next time. And I'll be like, oh, it's all disorganized. What's going on there? But V2 Boa is booty now. You're never gonna use V2 Boa ever again after TM Boa. All right, next. Watch next time. Next time we're gonna see like the next set of content. Oh, it's like shooter specific for a Kai raid, and you have to use V2 Boa. It's like shut up, Sekapoko. I told you. She ate booty. Okay, so next we got the Int Legends, and we got Wipe and Marco, of course, in the God Usopp tier, and then V2 Akainu is still in the God Usopp tier. And if you're wondering why V2 Akainu is still in the God Usopp tier, being able to do over 2 million plus damage without any specials to this day is still retarded. There's like, even with the power creep, doesn't matter. Like, I was doing the what's it called, the Franky skull runs, and I did all my Franky and Sanji skull runs like on the second day after the farming in like an hour and a half. Like V2 Akainu is the speed demon king. He's a short ass cooldown, tons of damage, and you don't have to use any specials for most of the content. I mean, he's retarded. He's still retarded. So if you're wondering who the best character, one of the best characters to start with as a reroll is V2 Akainu. Damn, man, still good. V2 Shanks in the God tier. I'm happy with that. And then the new Capone Legend is in the God tier as well. And to be honest, once he comes out, right, and once we play around with him and see everything on him, and we know all the tips and tricks and all the bugs on him, up or down. He might go up or down. I don't know. He's a wild card at this point. I really don't know. I really want to see what the next raid's going to be. I want to know all the free-to-play units we can do, all the teams we can build off that. And I don't like putting characters in the God Usopp tier right away when they come out unless I just fucking know. And this Capone is one of those characters where I could put him potentially in the God Usopp tier. But the thing is, I don't know because I haven't seen him. And he has so many mechanics. There's a lot of things around him. And I got to see it. And I got to play it. I got to feel it. You know, all those things. And I gotta see people play him. You know, if I see somebody play him and I understand like a little bit more about him, 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 then we'll know. But I don't know how many people they're gonna pull in the Suga Fest. We'll have to see. 6+ Sanji, super tier. He's good. I like him. I like him a lot. His damage, oh my fuck. I did like a mini showcase on him, but I didn't like do everything correctly. If I had V2 Shanks, I could do a little bit better. But you can blow like a 50 million hit or so on one unit. Like, literally Sanji can hit for 50 fucking million by himself. The fuck? Like, that bypasses like every defense mechanic in the game. So if an enemy has increased defense, you just don't give a fuck. You literally just don't care, and you just walk through him with V1 Sanji. He has so much damage that you can literally just monster anything you want in the entire game with V1 Sanji and be like, like you're doing like 10, 20 million easy. I want to see V1 Sanji versus Sengoku because I gotta be a Coliseum or something like that and then go on Sengoku. I want to see that. He's really good. Obviously, he still has the same problems, still has long ass special animation, all that stuff. But, you know, he's solid. I like him. His upgrade is amazing. And he's definitely on the same tier as, like, strength as Lucy and V2 Dofi now and all that. He's really good. 6+ Judge, super tier still. Not moving him. He's good. V2 Fuji. Sorry, I didn't think about it. My bad. I didn't realize that he was that high still. Okay, Hidudu. You never use him. I cannot remember the last time I actually had to force myself to try to figure out a V2 Fuji team for one set of Coliseums. It took me 45 minutes to figure out how to get around mechanics with a V2 Fuji team and like survive, because you have that increased damage taken. He's only an orb manipulator. Slashers don't have a lot of really great subs that really can use. You can almost never use 6+ Mihawk with because you have TM Mihawk on your team. And if you don't have TM Mihawk on your team and you're trying to use 6+ Mihawk, it doesn't do enough damage. So you're like, ah! So there's a lot of problems, right? 6+ Mihawk is useful as a sub. I mean, he's still been useful to this day. You can probably get around some mechanics with him, but I don't know how you're gonna get enough damage to kill the content. I mean, I really want to see it. I want to see somebody using like V1 Law and 6+ Mihawk again. That would be cool. That would be really nice to see. I want to see somebody like go in on that. But I think I'm gonna just use more damage with Enel anyways, so he might be niche at this point. I don't know. I'm on the fence. We're gonna have to play around with him some more and see. 6+ Hody still useful. Speed Demon King. I mean, you don't really use him that often nowadays, but I mean, you can still use him for Fortnite and stuff. He's really good used. And then Jinbei. Short ass cooldown, decent wave clear now, and gets rid of some annoying mechanics that, you know, allow you to use Hody better. So I mean, they're still good. They're good. V1 Rayleigh 6+, niche tier. V1 Fuji. V1 Fuji, by the way, is doo doo now. I have not even remembered the last time I saw somebody use him. He fucking doo doo. V1 Rayleigh, he's like, okay, so he has a lot of utility, right? So he's super niche. And I wanted to use him once or twice, but like I couldn't. It's just like I couldn't fit him in the team. I might put him trash. I don't know, but he's still okay, I guess. I mean, I can't. Attack down and all the other mechanics are way more annoying now. Yeah, okay. V1 Rayleigh is trash now. Sorry, guys. There's only one. There's only Buggy. Buggy's gonna move up to like the Gadu sub tier real quick. We'll do that real quick. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the tier list. And for the reroll categories, obviously, this will not change because it cannot change. This is the rerolls that you should go for if you are a newer player at the game. If you're new at this game, these are the top 5 characters to reroll for on the beginner Sugo. And then these are the amazing units to roll with him as well, with their 6+, etc. I mean, Lucy, not as much anymore, but he's still really useful to have early game. Same with V2 Dofi for a lot of the content. For like 80% of the game's content is really, really helpful to have. Shirahoshi, good healer. Enel has a great 6+ that you can get probably at a later date. Nami is still insanely fire. But all these 5 characters on the left-hand side are still really, really good, and probably the easiest captains to roll with initially if on your reroll accounts. Well, guys, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.